So in the beginning of this story, we see a man who was a hunter, along with his daughter, was setting traps to catch animals, which is a kind of net used to trap anyone, and he was also taking out the animals trapped in old traps. They also had their dog with them, and the man talks to his wife through radio, whose name was Anne. He asks her to go to the town and bring some essential items. Now there were 3 people in this family who lived in the forest away from the city. They used to make a living by selling the skins of the animals which they used to catch in their traps. They used to cook their meat and eat it and sell the skins. Now this was the only way to earn money for them because apart from hunting they did not know anything else. So due to this, Anne's husband was also teaching this work to his daughter, but she was not so skilled in this work yet. The father and daughter were checking the traps when they saw that an animal was missing from their trap, seeing which their daughter said that this work must be his. He has come back here. She was talking about a wolf, from which we understand that this is not the first time. This has happened before as well. There, Anne takes the skins of animals to a store to sell them. There, she looks very upset because due to the fall in the price of the skins, she neither gets the right money nor does she get enough food to eat. The shop owner, seeing her problem, says that the skins of ordinary animals cost this much only. If you want more money, then you will have to buy the skin of a tiger. But even then, Anne was worried, thinking that from where will I get the skin of a wolf? She was also looking at the posters there with great interest. She was of a rented house and had a good job. By looking at her face, it seemed that she wants to buy a house and also wants to do a good job. But due to some reason, she cannot do it. She does not like hunting either. She also wants that we should live in the town instead of the forest, and I can send my daughter to a good school. But because they did not have that much money, that is why she comes back home. At home, Anne's husband was teaching his daughter to remove the skin while Anne was cooking food for everyone. Everyone's mood was bad even at the time of eating because there was nothing to eat properly due to lack of money. And when Anne's daughter tells that the wolf took away our prey, Anne gets very angry at her husband because he did not tell Anne about this. She tells her husband to do something about this crowd or else we will die of hunger. Then sending her daughter inside, Anne again starts arguing with her husband. Her husband says that wolves like to eat girls, so he must have come here by giving them to some girl or some animal. But Anne says that according to me, he has come here because of us, our family. He knows that he will get a trapped prey here and will not have to work hard. Further, she says that I want to go to the police station and report him, but her husband refuses, saying that no, you don't worry, I will catch him myself tomorrow morning. But this was not the only tension. Anne shows him the same ad poster and says that, how long will we be able to live like this? I do this, I earn money by doing a job at a good place, then we will be able to live a good life. But her husband refuses, saying that we cannot do anything other than hunting, and we do not know anything either. After this, both of them come out, where Anne starts explaining to her husband that, look, you are not thinking anything for your daughter. You have chosen this life. I have chosen it because of you, but our daughter did not get any choice. Let her do what she wants to do. She should be worried about studies at this time, and not about the animals' chains, and there are no humans living in this jungle. This is not wisdom. But even after explaining, her husband does not understand. He says that we live here. Our future generations will also live like this, meaning whatever happens, they will not leave this jungle. Then the next morning, when he was going to hunt for the chains, on his daughter's insistence, he takes her along as well, which Anne does. Not like at all, due to which she talks to her husband through radio. He says that like I realized that it was a sheep, and if the time for hunting came, I would send it back. She comes very soon because she had seen the footprints of the fetters. He understood that it was definitely nearby, so he explains everything to his daughter and sends her back. He also says that he will come by night, after which his daughter starts coming back, although her dad had told her not to be afraid, not to panic. But such dangerous sounds were coming from the jungle that her condition worsens. On the other hand, Anne was also in the same condition. When she was coming back after bringing water from the river, she felt as if someone was following her, so she was also scared, and exactly the same was happening with her daughter, after which Anne somehow comes home, but her daughter is not able to come. She sits there in fear. The wolf also sees Anne's husband, so he immediately shoots at him, but it did not seem from his appearance that he was dead. Her daughter had also heard the sound of the bullet, so she gathers courage and moves forward. After shooting, when Anne's husband comes to check there, he sees that Wolf is not there, which means that he ran away from here, but after seeing one thing there, his condition worsens, and that thing was a girl's severed hand which Wolf was eating. Now, he crosses the road and comes to the other side of the forest and starts moving forward. Seeing the scene, he is stunned and was very scared, because there were severed bodies of girls which were brutally cut and kept in a circular shape, which obviously cannot be the work of Wolf. From this, he understands that apart from Wolf, a murderer is also roaming in the forest, who is doing all this, that is, killing girls with such a weapon. Seeing this, he was very scared that now his family is also in danger, because 2 women were also present in his house. He will be able to handle the wolf, but it will not be easy to deal with this dangerous murderer. After coming home, he was sitting quietly and thinking about this only. His sleep and hunger had gone away. He did not tell anything at home so that his family does not get scared, and now he himself is on the verge of death. He will do anything to protect his family. Next day when Anne wakes up, her Her husband is missing because he has again reached the same place where he saw the dead bodies of the girls. He had actually told Anne that even if I have to stay the whole night to find the mob, I will stay, so don't worry about me. But actually, he was not looking for the wolf, but for the murderer. When Anne and her daughter were on the riverbank, her daughter sees that her dog is not there, so she goes to look for him. But then the same wolf comes in front of her, who starts moving towards them. Seeing him, Anne starts screaming loudly because this was the first idea that came to her mind, and her idea is also successful, because Wolf had run away from there, and now both mother and daughter immediately come to their house without wasting time. But because their dog was left outside, so Anne takes a gun and goes to search for him, where she finds the dog, but he is dead because the wolf had killed him too, whose death pains Anne a lot. She comes back and tells her daughter. She lies that the dog has not been found yet. When your father comes, we will find it. She did not tell her daughter about the dog's death, so that she does not get scared and does not feel that her life is in danger. So now here we are told why the name of this movie is Hunter x Hunter, because actually this Hunter family is trapped between two hunters, from both of whom their life is in danger. One is the wolf, and the other is the killer. Well, now it becomes morning, but Anne's husband did not return himself, nor did he call. Both mother and daughter go to check their traps, where even today one of their prey was missing. There Anne found a ring, seeing which she trembles because it must be of the girl, who has been eaten by the wolf. That is why she goes straight to the police station to report against the wolf so that he can be caught. On the other hand, the boss of the police officers, who were returning to the police station with a dead body of a boy, sees an empty car. On the way, which he looks at carefully at first, but without paying much attention to it, he comes to the police station. They go to the place where Anne was already present. Anne tells them everything, on which they say that nothing can be done because your area does not come under us. Also, we cannot catch the mob because it is not their fault. They are not human beings. They are animals. They do not understand. They are doing what is their habit, which they have always done. You live in the jungle. You hunt. Then 100% fault is yours and not the Burrs. So if any action is taken, it will be against you people and not the Burrs. But now they did not get any help, so Anne has to bring some food and come back home. Then she buries her dog, kills a fawn, and brings it home with her. It was wrong right now, but they had to do something for food. There was no trace of her husband. The wolf is on their head. The food is finishing. So now whatever had to be done, Anne had to do it. Then Anne, along with her daughter, removes the skin of the deer, after which both of them cook it and start eating. Yes, then suddenly some movement is felt on the radio. Anne speaks, but there is no clear voice from the front. Then at night, when both mother and daughter were sleeping, suddenly their eyes open because the sound of someone screaming was coming from the jungle. When she goes to check, we see that it is not Anne's brother, but some unknown man who was very injured and was asking for help. Then Anne leaves her daughter back home and brings that man to her house by making him lie on something because the bed can be around them too. On checking, a radio is found with that man. Also, the condition of his leg was also very bad. Now, this night also passes like this. Next morning, when Anne's daughter comes to her, she was very scared because of her eyes opening suddenly. She immediately calls her mother. On her request, Anne gives her water to drink and also stitches the wound on her leg. Seeing this, Anne's daughter felt strange. That's why she tells her mother that Dad had said never to trust any unknown man. Anne says, look at his condition, how injured he is, and if your dad was here, he would also help him. Boss definitely does that. When Boss was coming to the police station again, he saw that car parked at the same place again, from which he understood that the car was parked there for the last 2 days. He got down from his car and started looking around, and when he did not see anyone, he noted down the number of that car. When Funjuan wakes up, he tells his name that my name is Lu. She asks him that not many people come to this forest, so what were you doing here? To this, Lu says that this is my specialty. Actually, I had come to take pictures of this forest, but my car broke down on the way, so I went ahead in the forest on foot, where someone attacked me, who could be a wolf because I did not see him, and that car which has been parked there for so many days is mine. Now his condition was so bad that he needed to be taken to the hospital, but because of the wolf, he could not go, because if the wolf was there, he would not be able to run away. Anyway, Anne tries to take him to the car with the help of her daughter, but on the way, Lou starts screaming in pain. That's why they have to go again. They have to return home. Both mother and daughter had thrown pieces of poisoned meat there and had set a simple trap and lit a fire there so that these people could escape from that wolf. On the other hand, Boss was in deep thought because people have been disappearing continuously for quite some time, especially girls, and this series is still going on. Now, although only 1 hour was left for his duty to end, but still he goes to check that car, which was his biggest mistake. He was moving ahead following the marks, when suddenly his foot gets stuck in a trap. As he moves a little to free himself, his hand also gets stuck, which shows that he is now stuck here and cannot go anywhere. And this trap must have been set by N himself to catch the murderer, but this poor guy got caught in it. On the other hand, N was standing completely stunned with a gun, but even after the whole night had passed, neither her husband nor her husband had returned. When an officer comes to Bedia police station, she hears his wife's voice message, in which she was saying that Boss did not return home last night. This officer tries to talk to her through radio, but she does not respond, so now she also leaves for that place. On the other hand, Anne also started worrying about her husband, so she takes the map and leaves to find her husband. She finds a rabbit in a trap. She has to kill it, even though she does not want to. She became very sad after doing this because it was not her job. Then suddenly the radio starts to move, so she starts moving forward again. She is shocked because her husband's dead body was lying there. Seeing him dead like this, she is very broken and starts crying bitterly. Now she understands everything. Her husband was not killed by a wolf, but by Lou, because he is the killer who killed the other girls too. Anne's husband caught her, but Lou killed her and ran away. But even then, her husband injured Lo a lot, but I brought him back to her house and saved his life. Now this thing was no less than a shock for Anne, because she was the son of that man. She was serving a job with a man who was her husband's murderer. Till now, she was unaware of this. Now, on realizing this, she quickly leaves for home because she had made another mistake. She left her daughter alone with the people. On the other hand, the officer also comes to that place and starts searching for him. When she feels that someone is there, she fires 2-3 bullets from her gun, which the officer finds very soon, and seeing her trapped in such a trap, she immediately calls for help. Anne carefully goes inside the house and sees that her daughter is absolutely fine and is sleeping comfortably, but the murderer was not there because he was hiding behind the door. Immediately, he attacks Anne. In the forceful fight, a bullet is fired from Anne's gun. Hearing the sound, her daughter's eyes opened. She comes here and looks, but it is of no use, because by then Anne had been beaten and made unconscious by the people. The police had also come to the forest, but before they could free the boss from the trap, the boss dies. Now their eyes see their marks. Seeing this, all the police officers proceed further in the jungle. When Anne regains consciousness, Lo asks her for the keys of the truck, to which she says that on one condition, first tell me where my daughter is. To this he does not answer, but says that this would never have happened if your husband would have minded his own business and would not have interfered. To hide his secret first, I killed your husband, and now I will kill you too. After which, he burns all his belongings and comes to Anne and starts misbehaving with her, but without giving her a chance, she traps his mouth and later frees herself and attacks him with something and makes him unconscious. Now going to the next room, Anne starts crying bitterly after seeing there, because her daughter's dead body was lying there, which is not shown to us, which means that the mad killer who had turned into a beast in human form did not spare her daughter too. That is why she decides that now I will also not spare him and will take revenge for my husband and daughter from him. She hangs Philo with a rope and starts listening to songs by putting on his headphones. After doing this, she starts skinning Lo just like an animal because he was no less than an animal. In a short while, she skins his entire body and finally his face too, due to which a lot of blood starts flowing. He was looking quite terrifying. In the meantime, the police had also come out, but by then, Anne had done her job. She brings his skin outside with her. Seeing this, the police were quite surprised. She throws his skin to the police. Seeing this, they are left stunned. The police go inside and check where Lo was still alive, but his condition was very bad. That is why he was going to be alive for only a short while. Anyone's heart would shake after seeing him. He was looking so terrifying and ugly. While listening to the song, Anne sits down at a place and stops the song as soon as she remembers her family. And with this, the film ends here.